Wholeness. Greetings. Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Sweet Harmony TV, spiritual guidance, whatever. I don't even know what to call it anymore. It's just me sharing my information and my energy with y'all in a place where I am accepted and loved for being who I am. And even if I'm not, nobody outwardly disrespects me because I'm a tarot reader, or y'all don't judge me because of stuff like that. And I like that. Thank you. Thank you for accepting me for me being who I am. Oh my God. Do y'all see my hair? Oh, I'm gonna just turn around. My hair has gotten so long. It is past my waist now. I'm touching a set of waist beads right now. It's crazy. Let me put it up so I'm not. Look how long my hair is. Yeah, that's not important. It's also not important that we're in my living room today, but yeah, this is a different setup and you guys get to see a different part of my house. No, I do not have a coffee table or a couch in my living room because it is too small for all that. When I first moved into this apartment, I bought a couch. It was a pretty forest green color. It matched my curtains. I bought it from IKEA, and they didn't send me all the pieces to put it together. One of the legs was missing, so I just returned it and got my $800 back. So mind your business talking about my furniture in my house, because this is my first apartment and the next one will be way better. We're manifesting it. Anyways, today we are talking about December 21st. It has been talked about a lot. A lot of people are making videos and posts, and on the spring solstice next year will be the very beginning of the new age as we know it. The July 26th, I do believe, was the official ushering in of the energies, and the rest of this year has been the decline of the world that we used to know. And then December 21st is going to be the awakening and activation of the rainbow warriors around the world. Now I need to read you all this passage because it'll make a little bit more sense when I do. Okay, so this is a Cree Native American prophecy. My great grandparents, because Granny was my great grandmother. My great grandparents were full blood Cherokee Indians, in full regalia. And much of my family, I think, has forgotten our history and our ancestry, but I think I was just born naturally more in tune than they are, because these things have always been important to me, even if they weren't important to them. I've always been able to communicate with the spirit world and just different things. So I'm really in touch with indigenous culture, Native American culture. Even if I am considered black, I don't have a choice. What else? When you look at me, you don't see. Maybe you do. I see it in myself, but I'm just considered a black woman. So it'll be the awakening of the rainbow warriors. So first, I'm going to read you what a rainbow warrior is. I got this out of another book, but I made this little picture last year when I was still working at the school. I'm a former assistant Montessori teacher. I absolutely love children, although I do not have any of my own. And I really miss my children. I feel like it's one of the reasons why I have not been wanting to do life this year. I just really miss that energy around me, because children are so loving no matter what. And adult human beings are not always that way. All right, so the definition of a rainbow warrior, I think I got some of the words a little bit mixed up because I was doing this while I was at work. So Miss Alicia. Sorry for a little, but okay. A rainbow warrior is a being who is on a quest or adventure in life, making choices in mythical alignment with divine will and according to one's larger purpose. Light worker is a being whose purpose in life is to be a clear instrument for the expression of spirit. Such beings are found in all places and professions, but are all in service to humanity in some way. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that because the other part is not important. But essentially, a rainbow warrior and a light worker are the same thing. A lot of light workers do not They don't condone violence. But war is in the word warrior. So we know at some point you're going to have to fight. And I think rainbow warriors are more in tune with the dark and the light aspects, just like I am able to see and communicate with the spirit world. Everything in the spirit world is not peace, love, and light. There are demons and evil beings in the spirit world, and there are alien creatures that are naked, or wait, I'm sorry, that are not visible to our naked eye. So, yeah, if you are a rainbow warrior, I'm pretty sure you already know that there is something, there is this spark of light within you that is willing to protect beings that are not able to fight for and protect themselves. Even if you don't want to, you know that the times we are living in may require you to do so at some point. So now let me read you the prophecy. Warriors of the Rainbow. It's gonna be kind of long. I'm sorry, but just take this as story time, because I can't. I have to give it all to you. So last century, a wise old woman of the Cree Indian nation named Eyes of Fire had a vision of the future. She prophesied it that one day, because of the white man's greed, there would come a time when the earth being ravaged and polluted, the forest being destroyed, ooh, chills again, the birds would fall from the air, the waters would be blackened, the fish being poisoned in the streams, and the trees would no longer be. Mankind as we know it would all but cease to exist, which was the harvesting that happened this year, but it wasn't as bad because we have evolved to a point where we're not all going to get wiped out. There would come a time when the keepers of the legends, stories, cultural rituals, myths, and all the ancient tribal customs would be needed to restore us to health, making the earth green again. They would be mankind's key to survival. They were the rainbow, the warriors of the rainbow. There would come a day of awakening when all the peoples of all the tribes would form a new world of justice, peace, freedom, and recognition of the Great Spirit. The warriors of the rainbow would spread these messages and teach all peoples of the earth, or Elohi. They would teach them how to live the great way of spirit. They would tell them of how the world today has turned away from the Great Spirit, and that is why our earth is sick. The warriors of the rainbow would show the peoples that this ancient being, the Great Spirit, is full of love and understanding, and teach them how to make the earth beautiful again. These warriors would give people principles or rules to follow to make their path light with the world. These principles would be those of the ancient tribes. The warriors of the rainbow would teach the people of the ancient practices of unity, love, and understanding. They would teach of harmony, sweet harmony, among people in all four corners of the earth. Like the ancient tribes, they would teach the peoples how to pray to the Great Spirit with love that flows like the beautiful mountain stream and flows along the path to the ocean of life. Once again, they would be able to feel joy in solitude and in councils. They would be free of petty jealousies and all love all of mankind as their brothers, regardless of color, race, or religion. They would feel happiness enter their hearts and become as one with the entire human race. Their hearts would be pure and radiate warmth, understanding, and respect for all mankind, nature, and the Great Spirit. They would once again fill their minds, hearts, souls, and deeds with the purest of thoughts. They would seek the beauty of the Master of Life, the Great Spirit. They would find strength and beauty in prayer and the solitude of life. Their children would once again be able to run free and enjoy the treasures of nature and Mother Earth, free from the fears of toxins and destructions wrought by the white man and his practices of greed. The rivers would again run clear, the forests be abundant, and beautiful. The animals and birds would be replenished. The powers of the plants and animals would again be respected, and conservation of all that is beautiful would become a way of life. The poor, sick, and needy would be cared for by their brothers and sisters of the earth. These practices would again become a part of their daily lives. The leaders of the people would be chosen in the old way, not by their political party or who could speak the loudest, boast the most, or by name calling or mudslinging, but by those whose actions spoke the loudest, those who demonstrated their love, wisdom, and courage, and those who showed that they could and did work for the good of all would be chosen as the leaders or chiefs. They would be chosen by their quality and not the amount of money they had obtained. Like the thoughtful and devoted ancient chiefs, they would understand the people with love and see that their young were educated with the love and wisdom of their surroundings. They would show them that miracles can be accomplished to heal this world of its ills and restore it to health and beauty. The tasks, plural, of these warriors of the rainbow are many and great. There will be terrifying mountains of ignorance to conquer, and they shall find prejudice and hatred. They must be dedicated, unwavering in their strength, and strong of heart. Woo, almost, don't cry, Alicia. They will find willing hearts and minds that will follow them on this road of returning Mother Earth to beauty and plenty once more. The day will come, it's not far away, the day that we shall see how we owe our very existence to the people of all tribes that have maintained their culture and heritage. Those that have kept the rituals, stories, and legends and myths alive. Oh my gosh, I was not trying to cry. I don't even know how that just... It will be... Oh my goodness. Thankfully, it's not gunshots. Okay, it will be, dang, where was I? It will be with this knowledge, the knowledge that they have preserved, that we shall once again return to harmony with nature, Mother Earth, and mankind. It will be with this knowledge that we shall find our key to survival. This is the story of the warriors of the rainbow. Excuse me for my tears. I don't know why that just washed over me like that. It's because I've read this a bunch of times before today. I don't know what just, I just feel it, I feel it happening. And that's something else that has been happening and that is going to continue to happen to those of you who are warriors of the rainbow. This year, so many new abilities have been awakening for me. And that's the last thing that I have on this list. That the December 21st will be the awakening and activation of the warriors of the rainbow and the new abilities that came, or the new abilities that will come because of the energy that is coming into this planet. I don't know I don't know if it's solar energy. I don't know if it's coming from Sirius or Orion or Andromeda. I don't know where the energy is coming from. I just know that there is cosmic energy coming to this planet that is activating new abilities within people. I myself, I already said that I'm able to see and communicate with the spirit world. I am, like, literally, I'm able to see spirits and talk to them. Two things that happened to me this year that have, when I was younger, my grandmother, my dad's mother, passed away when I was 3 or 4, I think. I don't remember if I was 3 or 4. I remember going to her funeral, but I don't remember the funeral. And I remember being at her gravesite. I remember that whole experience. I remember seeing them lower her casket into the ground and everything. And I've spoken to her, like, throughout my life, but there was this one experience when I was in elementary school where she came to me, and that was the last time I saw her until November 13th, which was almost a month ago now. Um, and that same day, I saw her with my dad. Now, my dad passed away when I was 13 years old. He was in a coma for a year and a few months, a year, and I can't remember how many months off the top of my head anymore. I try not to remember because it was a very traumatic experience for me. But he never came to me, like, as far as his spirit, I never saw him until Valentine's Day this year. That was the first time that I've seen him, like, that I've seen his spirit ever in my life. Like, he's never come to me before that. And since then, the visitations have not been, they haven't been plenty. Like, they don't happen all the time, but I do see him a lot more. I see him in my dreams a lot more often now also. And on November 13th, my grandmother and my dad came to me together, and that's the first time anything like that has ever happened to me. Not only that, I just feel different. Like, I think this is the end of my body transforming, because I was going through a very deep dark night of the soul. I have been for like the last 7 years, I think. So it's been about 7 years since I started this whole like transformation process for myself. Like, since I stopped harming my skin. When I tell y'all the story of my skin, you're gonna be like, what, you really did that? I really did that. Since I stopped harming my skin, like since I stopped eating meat, since I started to use more natural products, it's just been a journey, you know. And this year I feel like was the culmination of all of that, and just different abilities have started to awaken this year that I never thought would come to me. Like seeing my dad and my grandmother together, I never thought that would happen. Also, I went to the nail salon earlier this year, and I went with my mom, and I was feeling so much energy that day. Like, I told her, like, my hands were shaking. I told her I didn't feel right, you know. And it wasn't that I was like sick or anything, because I'm perfectly fine. Like, when I go to the doctor, there's nothing wrong with me. I might be, last time I went to the doctor, I was just a little deficient in different vitamins, which is okay. I've gotten that together. But there's nothing wrong with me as far as like what a doctor can tell me. So energetically, I just know that new things are happening and awakening. And when I went to the nail salon that day, I broke the lady's nail lamp. Like, my energy was so strong, like the lamp broke. Like, she was doing my gel polish, and I put my hand in there to dry like the first coat, and it broke, and she had to go get another one. And me and my mom were just like, I don't think my mom was really paying attention to it, but I was like, that's not, I just broke the lady's lamp. Like, my energy just broke her lamp. And not only that, like, sometimes lights flick on and off or stuff like that. Like, it's just a lot. And also, this year is the first time that I've been able to close my eyes and see the ley lines in the planet. Like, usually it's normal for me to like be able to see the veins in the trees and like stuff like that. I usually pay attention to the birds, how many birds I see and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to explain how in touch with nature that I am, but never before this year have I been able to actually close my eyes and see the ley lines within the planet. And I don't know if that ability has awakened to anybody else, but I saw somebody else do like a psychic story time. Oh my gosh. I saw somebody else do a psychic story time the other day talking about a spirit that they have encountered, and I'm happy about that, because it just lets me know that there are so many people around the world awakening to the fact that we are multi-sensory beings, and that we don't just have the sense of taste, touch, sight, smell, hearing. Like, you could be clairvoyant or clairaudient or clairsentient or all of those things, and it's happening, y'all. It is happening. Like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen on December 21st. I just know that it is a day of celebration. I know that Saturn and Jupiter are going to be conjunct for the first time in hundreds of years. There are some different places online that say the last time that this happened was like in the 1600s. There are some places that say it was the 1700s. There are some that say it was the 1800s. Whatever. It has not been, Jupiter and Saturn have not been as close to each other as they are right now, and as close to each other as they will be on December 21st in hundreds of years. So not only that, but all of these energies are awakening. The old ways are leaving. That's what the Rona did. Like, the Rona wiped out all the old ways of being and completely restarted life for us. before this little situation happened, there were over 500,000 people on the planet over the age of 100 years old. And we don't even know how old the oldest person was. And maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there still are, because we don't know about remote parts of the world and stuff where there are still people living in tribal ways. Maybe there are still elders and sages there, but I think that wiped out a lot of them. And unfortunately, we don't have them right now to come forward and tell us, because nobody has. There hasn't been another, and if there has, the government is not telling us about it purposely. There hasn't been an elder from any of these nations that have the ancient prophecies and the ancient prophecies. What's another word? The ancient teachings. We haven't had another person come forth and tell us that, or tell us what exactly is going to happen. So there are a lot of people that are talking about what they think. The bottom line is that nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows exactly what is going to happen on that day. But for sure, what is for sure is that something is going to happen that is going to be noticeable to the whole entire world. And some kind of energy is going to come to the planet, even if that aspect of it is not noticeable. That is going to advance the people who have already been doing the inner work, the people that have already been doing shadow work, the people that are already very spiritual. They're on a path to uplift the rest of humanity. There is going to be an energy that comes in that is going to propel you forward. So just be happy about it and be grateful for it, because it is time. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for all of this to happen, because it's been such a long journey, and we need whatever is coming to us, whatever is coming to the people that are here with these gifts for the rest of humanity. This is our time, and we deserve everything that is coming to us. We deserve all the good things. We deserve to manifest all the good things